and the temple holds its form for 1,000 years or more. And that's what the Iron Bank is, a temple. We all live in its shadow, and almost none of us know it.
Hello, my sweet summer children. I'm back with some juice to get you through the long night. So I'm about to tell you some crazy shit. There are some crazy theories that circle the Game of Thrones universe, and it's creepy October, so what's creepier than a conspiracy theory? Now, at first, when I was told this theory, I was like, get the fuck out of here. But then the more I talked to the person about it and did my own research, the more it made sense. So first off, shout out to my sweet summer child, Duran, for hitting me up with this theory. So he hit me up and we talked about the Iron Bank and the role that they might be playing in the big scheme of things, and possibly a role that they could be playing in season 8. So the basics of this theory is that the Iron Bank is basically the puppet masters of everything, and Arya may have a bigger role to play. So he went on to make a real world connection, and the connection was the Rothschild family. So whenever I hear that name, I'm like, Illuminati, 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 Illuminati. You're probably like, what the fuck are you talking about? So check this out. The Illuminati is basically a conspiracy theory that many people believe is a real thing. It's like all these rich people in the world profiting off of war and doing all kinds of creepy satanic rituals and shit. Just creepy shit. I'm beginning to think that I'm watching too much Shane Dawson.
It's every day, bro.
So the Illuminati is basically a secret society of groups that claim to have links to the original Bavarian Illuminati. The original society allegedly dates back to Bavaria. Sounds like Braavos. But anyway, they're often alleged to conspire to control world affairs by masterminding events and planting agents in government and corporations in order to gain political power and influence and to establish a new world order. Central to some of the more widely known and elaborate conspiracy theories, the Illuminati have been depicted as lurking in the shadows and pulling the strings and levers of power in dozens of novels, films, television shows, comics, video games, and music videos. I read that straight from Wikipedia. Shout out Wikipedia. So the Illuminati, like, just the possibility of the Illuminati being a real thing is fucking terrifying. Welcome to Creeptober. I hope you're afraid. So in the Game of Thrones or A Song of Ice and Fire universe, I'm proposing that the Iron Bank is Illuminati. I know, right? Crazy. I'm crazy. But check this out. Illuminati is all about secrecy and shit, and so is the Iron Bank. The Iron Bank is literally founded in a secret city, and the Illuminati also supposedly have like the power to influence wars and make kings rise and fall. All of this is said about the Iron Bank. It's no secret that money controls the world. Cersei would be over if not for the Iron Bank lending her money to hire the Golden Company. Also, the Illuminati is associated with symbols like pyramids, the all-seeing eye. But if you look at this photo of the Iron Bank and the inside of the actual Iron Bank, you can see some weird Illuminati-looking symbols, double pyramids and shit, like it's right in front of our face. The Iron Bank will have its due, it's said. Those who borrow from the Braavosi and fail to repay their debts oft have cause to rue such folly. For the bank has been known to topple lords and princes and has also been rumored to send assassins against those it cannot remove, though this has never been conclusively proved. Archmaester Matar's The Origins of the Iron Bank in Braavos provides one of the more detailed accounts of the bank's history and dealings, so far as they can be discovered. The bank is famous for its discretion and its secrecy. Mathar recounts that the founders of the Iron Bank numbered 3 and 20, 16 men and 7 women, each of whom possessed a key to the bank's great subterranean vaults. Their descendants, whose numbers now exceed 1,000, are known as key holders to this day, though the keys they display proudly on formal occasions are now entirely ceremonial. Certain of their founding families of Braavos have declined over the centuries, and few have lost their wealth entirely. Yet even the meanest still cling to their keys and the honors that go with them. The Iron Bank is not ruled by the key holders alone, however. Some of the wealthiest and most powerful families in Braavos today are more recent vintage. Yet, the heads of these houses own shares in the bank. sit on its secret councils, and have a voice in selecting the men who lead it. In Braavos, as many an outsider has observed, golden coins count for more than iron keys. The bank's envoys cross the world, oft upon the bank's own ships, and merchants, lords, and even kings treat with them almost as equals. Okay, so not only do they have secret councils, make kings rise and fall, kings who treat with them as equals. So I started to think, well, if the Iron Bank is this influential, how much shit have they really been behind this entire time? During the Dance of Dragons, the Iron Bank supported Aegon Targaryen. The Master of Coin to King Aegon sent 1/3 of the crown's gold to the Iron Bank of Braavos for safekeeping. That was the dance that killed almost all of the dragons. Aegon won that dance, if you call it a win. So at the start of the Game of Thrones, we learned that Robert is in massive debt with the Iron Bank, and they aren't getting paid, which then they supported Joffrey, but more like they kind of supported Tywin, but they wind up supporting Stannis to dispose House Lannister, and then they loan the Night's Watch money, and then in season 8, we see them back Cersei against Daenerys. So is that it? Is the Iron Bank done? Was that their final play? I don't think so. They may support Cersei for a time, as we see, but Cersei is a maniac, and there's a bigger war on the horizon. If Cersei loses the war, she won't be able to pay them back the money she used to hire the Golden Company. So there is a problem. If Cersei does marry Euron, it will be Euron's debt too. The first choice of action for the Iron Bank is to support their enemies, Jon and Daenerys, but it seems that the Iron Bank doesn't really fuck with dragons like that. When Jon is treating with the Iron Bank in the books, he makes a dragon joke. Would that we had one here. A dragon might warm things up a bit. My lord jest, you will forgive me if I do not laugh. We Braavosi are descended from those who fled Valyria and the wrath of its dragon lords. We do not jape of dragons. But they supported Targaryen kings before. Most notably the usurper king, Aegon, whose dance diminished most of the dragons of House Targaryen. Maybe that's a coincidence. Maybe they knew that Rhaenyra and Aegon going head to head would kill off most of the Targaryen dragons. Coincidence? I don't know. Maybe not. So maybe they won't support Cersei's enemies due to them having dragons. Maybe they will though, because if they don't, they will be out a lot of fucking money. They have lent money to Jon, to Stannis, to Cersei. Are they willing to just lose all that money? So maybe they agreed to support Jon and Daenerys over Cersei because they want their money back. Or maybe they do what they're known to do. Hire a faceless man to kill Cersei or Euron. Any faceless men in Westeros that you know of? I think so. Arya Stark. Arya is a faceless man. Like it or not, she is. She possesses the gifts to change her face and kill people and whatnot, and so she's a faceless man. And she could be hired by the Iron Bank to kill Cersei or Euron. I think Euron is going to kill Cersei, so it would most likely be Euron that she killed, or that a faceless man kills. If it's not Arya, maybe it's Jacket. Now, this would be ultimate karma because in the books, Euron hired a faceless man to kill his brother Balon. In the show, it's Euron himself that kills Balon, but in the books, it's a faceless man and Euron hired him. So wouldn't it be like perfect karma if a faceless man is hired to kill Euron? But if the Iron Bank doesn't support Jon and Daenerys, I still believe that they are responsible for the crown's debt. Whoever sits on the Iron Throne is responsible for the crown's debt. Unless Jon and Daenerys just tell the Iron Bank to fuck off, we got dragons, we ain't giving you nothing. You didn't help us, and all that. But technically, I believe the debt actually does pass to them, and Stannis' debt is probably like, the Iron Bank probably owns Dragonstone right now because Stannis can't pay them back and he owes them money. And the only thing he has to his name is Dragonstone. So at the end of this whole thing, the Iron Bank could end up owning the Red Keep, Casterly Rock, and Dragonstone, and everything else. But if the debt does pass to Jon and Daenerys and they refuse to pay it, we all know the saying, the Iron Bank will have its due. And if they don't pay up, then faceless assassins out of Braavos may visit Jon and Dany in their beds. But what do you think? The Iron Bank is super creepy, especially when you look at them like some kind of Illuminati conspiracy. So let me know what you think their final play will be in Game of Thrones or A Song of Ice and Fire. What is the Iron Bank's final move? Was it just lending Cersei money to get the Golden Company? Was that their last play? I don't think so, but what do you think? As always, thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone that supports me on Patreon. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and join the Sweet Summer family. Okay, my sweet summer children, have a good day.